So today's craft is going to be paper bag monsters. So for this craft, what you're gonna need is a paper bag. If you don't have the lunchbox size paper bag, then you can always use ones from the grocery store. If those ones are bigger, then you're just gonna have a big monster, which is totally fine. If you don't have any type of paper bags, that's all right. You can still do the craft. All you're gonna do is you're gonna just take a piece of paper and you're gonna cut it along the long side of the piece of paper so it makes just almost the same size as a regular paper bag. So you just want a big, long rectangle. All right, so along with the paper bag, what you're going to need are some coloring utensils. So I've got my different colors here. If you don't have markers, crayons work fine, colored pencils work fine, paint is great. Normally I would use paint for this one, but just for the sake of time and for drying, I'm going to use markers. You're also going to need some glue, whether that's a glue stick or a glue bottle. You're going to need a pair of scissors. I suggest, and you don't have to have one, but I would suggest having some type of cup. I just have this little plastic cup, but if you have a regular water cup at home, that's totally fine. I suggest one that's got a bigger circle on one side and a smaller circle on the other. You're going to use that to trace some circles for the eyes later. And then the final thing that you're going to need are some different colors. So I would definitely have white and black on hand. If not, that's okay. You can use whatever colors you'd like. It's mix and match. And then I've got red because I'm going to use that for the tongue and for my horns. So these are the colors I'm using. If you don't have construction paper or colored paper, you can also just use regular white paper and just color it in after we cut it out into the shape that we're going to cut into. So we'll just go ahead and get started. So the first thing that you're gonna do is you are going to put your paper bag aside and we are gonna make our cutouts. So we're gonna take a white piece of paper and we're gonna take the cup, or if you have something else, whether it's a cup or any other type of circular shape, then you can go ahead, put it down on the piece of paper, and I'm going to trace it. So my monster is going to be one-eyed. So I am just going to make one circle. So this is going to be the white of the eye. If you want your monster to be two-eyed, three-eyed, four-eyed, five-eyed, then that's how many circles you're going to make. Next, I'm going to make the smaller size. So I'm going to flip it over and I am going to trace the bottom of my smaller circle. And that's okay if it's not perfect because I'm going to cut it out. So again, this is just for the circles for my monster. What I'm also going to do now that I'm thinking about it is if you want dots, polka dots on your monster, this is another time that you can either use the white piece of paper and then color it in, or use a colored construction piece of paper or a colored paper and just make some circles. So I'm going to go ahead and make, I'm going to do 3. All right. So I'm going to cut everything out all at once. So I'm going to put this to the side. So this is for my eyes and for my polka dots on my monster. The next thing I'm going to do, so here's the black piece of paper. So on my white piece of paper, here's the white of the eye. This can be used as the black of the eye. So if I didn't have black, I can just color this in black. I do have black, so I'm going to go ahead and make another circle on this one. And I am also going to be making squares. more in a rectangular shape instead. So the reason why I'm doing this is because this is going to be used for eyebrows if I choose to have eyebrows on my monster. You can also make eyelashes. The best way to make eyelashes is make the curve of the circle and then just do tiny little squares right on top. So then you're gonna cut that out as one big thing, and that's gonna be your eyelash. All right, and now I have my red piece of paper. Again, if you don't have red, you can go ahead and use white and just color it in red. So this I am going to use for my horns on the top of my monster. So I'm going to make some big triangle shapes. I'm just going to use 2 horns, but if you want 6 horns or 4 horns, whatever you like, you can go ahead and make as many as you like. And then also you can make a tongue. So a tongue is super easy. It's just a big rectangle. All right, so those are everything. The one thing I did forget was on your white piece of paper, you can go ahead and make small triangles. These are going to be used for the teeth. You don't have to draw them out if you don't want to. You can just cut them right off the piece of paper. I'm just drawing them out so you guys can see the shapes that I'm going with. Okay. So now it's time to cut everything that I have drawn on my piece of paper. So if parents, if you don't want your kids cutting on the piece of paper, then go ahead and cut for them, and then they can go ahead and glue onto it later on. Alright, so now I've got all of my pieces cut out. So as you can tell, you can still see the black outline that I had drawn. The best part about this is you can just flip it right over and the other side is nice and clear. So once you have all of your pieces cut out, make sure they stay together, and you are going to put all of them to the side. Because the next part is when you take your paper bag or your piece of paper and you are going to color it. And you can color it however you'd like. So I have all of my colors here, and I am going to just go ahead and color in how I like it. I'm going to do some stripes on my monster. With this craft, you might want to make sure that you have something down on the piece on your table so that way it doesn't get all messy. Unless you have washable, like these are washable markers, so I can just go ahead and wash my table off right when I'm done. So go ahead and color in your monster however you like. I am going to just do the front for now, but all of you guys are more than welcome to also do the back. And it doesn't have to be the same design as the front unless you want it to be. It's totally your choice. Okay, so now I'm done with my front part of my monster. Like I said, you guys are more than welcome to do the back as well. For time's sake, I'm just gonna start with the front. So now you are going to grab all of your pieces that you cut out, and you are going to grab your glue, and you are going to go ahead and stick your pieces on. So I'm going to start with my eyeball, and I'm going to just glue the back of my eyeball, and I am going to put it right in the middle. All right, and then I've got my pupil, my eye pupil, and I'm going to stick that also right in the middle. Now, just to show you guys, I'm not going to put them on mine, but just to show you what it looks like. So this is kind of what eyelashes look like on your monster. You might want to put it underneath the eye so it looks more like this. So that's what that would look like. Eyebrows you can put on as well. You can also make him look like he's angry. I guess I don't really know how to do that on this one. But you can put eyebrows on. And then you can also stick a tongue on him or her, whatever you like. And if you wanted to, you can even roll it up a little bit so its tongue kind of sticks out. So those are all the different things. Now, I'm going to put my horns on. So for my horns, I'm going to stick them behind. So I'm going to flip my monster over, and I'm going to just glue the bottom part of my horn, and I'm going to stick it on the back. Oh, I glued that the wrong way. And I'm going to stick it on the back. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other one. Right on the back, and see, now there are horns. Alright, and the last thing that I'm going to add to mine are the teeth. So I'm going to make mine with buck teeth, which just means 2 teeth up front. But you can add as many teeth as you want, so you can add them all the way across if you'd like. So with this one, you're going to do almost the same thing as the horn. So you're going to glue just the top part, and it's going to stick to the under part of the bag. So that way, if you decide to use it like a puppet, then it will stay to the mouth. So there's that. And then I also had these polka dots. So I decided I'm gonna just leave them white. You can also glue them on and then color them if you want. So you're gonna just do the same thing. You're gonna glue the polka dot right on. Like this. All right, and just like that, you have a paper bag monster. So I hope you guys have fun with it. You can also use it as a puppet if you want. So you guys can have a whole puppet show. I hope you enjoyed it, and please comment and let me know if there's any materials that you have in the house that you're looking to use in a craft project, and I will do my absolute best to try to come up with something that you guys can use with those materials. Or if you have any ideas and you just want some sort of tutorial on it, please comment that as well. I hope you enjoy, and stay tuned for my next videos. All right, thank you all. Have a good night. Bye.